He says that the United States should consider using national emergency authorities. Is that something the administration is considering? Is he wrong there?
I don't have anything in terms of decision-making on what those, I'm not even sure I completely understand what he means by all those authorities.
Kentucky Senator Rand Paul joins me now. Senator, can you interpret this for me? I don't know whether to believe Morell because he lied about the laptop or whether to take this guy seriously, that there's about to be an imminent terror attack coming through the border.
Well, no, that could be real. That really could happen. But anytime he's talking to you and his lips are moving, he's in all likelihood lying. The thing is, the president has authority to say zero. Right now, his new reform is he's going to let 2,500 people a day come in, and then he might get serious after 2,500. It should be zero, because the problem is this. We have people coming in who are criminals. They're being released from prisons in Venezuela and different places. The killer of Laken Riley, the most recent murder of the woman with 5 children that was murdered from a guy from El Salvador who was already wanted for murder down there. So there's not just the domestic crime problem that Biden's letting into our country, but if you watch the reports of people being interviewed across the border, where are you from? Egypt. Where are you from? Tajikistan. Where are you from? All over the place, China, all over the world, and they're just marching up, and Biden's giving them parole. So Biden is judge and jury on this. President Biden looks at these people and says, oh, where are you from? Egypt. He says, here's your parole ticket. Come back and see me in about 4 or 5 years and we'll determine whether we're going to let you in the country. But in the meantime, here's a plane ticket. You can go somewhere. Where do you want to go? Anywhere in the U.S. No, the president has absolute authority. My understanding of the immigration law is that migrants come in at the pleasure of the president. If the president says that there's a national security reason or a health reason or really just that we're full, the president can stop it at zero. But realize what Joe Biden has offered is that after 2,500 a day, which is over 900,000 a year, then he's going to get tough. Right. It is nothing at all.
I mean, he's the president. He's not a travel agent. I think he's a confused man again. You have one of your favorite gentlemen, and I use that term ironically, Dr. Anthony Fauci. It looks like he did a lot of TV over the weekend. Let's listen.
So at the time that I was getting offered it, I was making $125,000, $200,000, and I would get offered a job that would get me $5, $6, $7 million a year.
So why didn't you take it?
Because I really felt what I was doing was having an impact on what I cared about, which was the health of the country and indirectly the health of the world. And to me, that is priceless.
When do you get to grill him again, Senator?
Well, you know, I think he's working on sainthood. But I can tell you what he was talking about for the 10 years when he was giving up all that money to be in public service. He was saying that, yes, a scientist could get infected from the lab, and yes, a pandemic could start, go around the world, but the knowledge would be worth it. That's what he was telling you, that pandemics would be okay, gain of function, no problem. He did a disservice by staying with the country so long.
Thank you, as always, Senator Rand Paul, Kentucky.
Thank you.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.